This is a total recap of Tulsa King Season 1, giving you everything you need to know before watching Season 2. In 1997 New York, mob captain Dwight the General Manfredi arrives at an interrogation gone wrong. These two guys, Vince and Chicky, have a man cuffed to a radiator and are branding his face because he owes them money. Realizing that they are taking things too far, Armand calls Dwight for help. Dwight arrives and demands that they give him the keys to the cuffs, but they can't find them. The brand is then dropped on the floor and it starts a fire. Dwight attempts to pull the radiator from the wall to free the man, and then he tries breaking the handcuffs by shooting at the chains with his gun. Nothing is working and the man is about to be burned alive. So Dwight shoots him in the head so that he doesn't suffer a torturous death. This mercy killing lands Dwight in prison for 25 years. When Dwight is released, having been locked away for a quarter century, he's taken to the family mansion where he is told that there is no longer a place for him in the New York City mob.
There's nothing left for you here. Time just doesn't stop because you fucking went away.
Dwight doesn't respond well to learning that he's essentially been sent out to pasture. He served 25 years in prison and never once flipped on the family or Vince and Chicky for what they did all those years ago. And while in prison, his wife divorced him and he lost his relationship with his daughter, who no longer speaks to him. After some back and forth, Dwight punches this guy Vince for running his mouth.
Well, now you're wearing diapers. Boom. Hey!
Pete, the family boss, then reveals that he is sending Dwight to Tulsa, Oklahoma to build a new empire. Dwight arrives in Tulsa where he meets a young cab driver, Tyson, who Dwight hires as his full-time driver.
You drive for me now. $2,000 a week.
My gangster.
Dwight then arrives at a local dispensary where he gives the old mob shakedown to the owner, Bodie, offering him protection in exchange for a cut of his profits.
Do I have a choice?
Absolutely not.
Later, Dwight visits a local bar where he meets Mitch and he meets Stacy, who he takes back to his hotel.
This was very fun.
Yeah, it was great.
We then find out that Stacy is an ATF agent, and she finds out that the guy that she just hooked up with the night prior is a former mob boss. Back in New York, Vince goes to see Chicky and insists that Dwight be punished for breaking his jaw.
Fucking bullshit, Chicky. Just calm the fuck down.
Dwight gets a call from Chicky expressing Vince's lust for revenge, and he attempts to broker a peace deal, which would include Dwight paying Vince $100,000. Dwight agrees, albeit reluctantly. It's also around this time that we learn that Armand is also living in Tulsa, and when he finds out that Dwight is in town, he assumes that Dwight is there to kill him. So Dwight starts growing his Tulsa empire and begins earning his partners more money by going with Bodie to negotiate a better deal with his supplier.
You gotta do better on the price, Jimmy.
But for the glut, you're gonna be paying over a deuce.
Dwight isn't only trying to build an empire, he's trying to rebuild his life, so he attempts to reach out to his daughter, but she expresses no interest in talking to him. While in the midst of a driving test, Dwight and his instructor are attacked.
Get down.
Dwight then floors it and pursues the attacker, but he loses them. Turns out that Armand was behind the attack and he is trying to kill Dwight before Dwight can kill him. Dwight realizes how dangerous things are getting and attempts to fire Tyson because he doesn't want him to get hurt, but Tyson ain't having it.
Listen, kid,
I'm not a kid. I'm 25 years old.
This is your choice.
Meanwhile, the ATF is investigating the dealings of a local biker gang.
That's Keelan Waltrip. He's the head of Black Macadam, a 1%er motorcycle gang.
Dwight confronts Armand and learns the truth behind why Armand fled New York.
I was afraid they'd kill me because of what I knew. That's why I skipped town.
At a local music festival, Dwight has Bodie and Tyson selling nitrous tanks. They're approached by members of the biker gang who threaten them and tell them that they can't sell on their turf, and the bikers later attack Bodie and Tyson. Dwight then puts together a crew of muscle, including Tyson's father, who doesn't like that Tyson is involved with Dwight's business, but he wants to set straight those who hurt his son.
Mark.
How you doing?
Dwight and his crew roll up and retaliate against the bikers and take back their money. Dwight briefly returns to New York City for his brother's funeral. While there, Dwight also visits Peter, who is in the hospital.
They finally got here.
What I say was so nice.
He also again attempts to rekindle things with his daughter, but she's not interested. It's also in this moment that his daughter Tina reveals to her dad that while he was in prison, she was sexually assaulted by Nico.
What are you trying to tell me?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to think about it.
No,
Okay?
No, please.
Upon learning this new information, Dwight tracks down and kills Nico.
My fucking daughter!
Back in Tulsa, the leader of the biker gang, Keelan Waltrip, is furious to learn his bikers were bested in a brawl with Dwight and his crew. He then orders a dirty cop who is on his payroll to arrest Tyson. They also kidnap and interrogate Bodie.
He's extorting me.
What do you have that he wants?
After Bodie and Tyson are back, safe with the crew, they celebrate at the bar. But later that night, the bar is shot up by Carson. Dwight and Mitch take down Carson, bury the body, and send a warning sign to Waltrip.
Pike's cut.
Fucking bullet holes.
Meanwhile, back in New York City, tensions are high, and Dwight asks Tina to come to Tulsa so he can protect her and her family, but she declines. Chicky goes to his father about Dwight.
Enough of this Dwight bullshit. Stop the seat.
Filled with rage, Chicky drowns his own father and cements himself as the new leader of the family. Roxy, who is actually an ATF informant, is distraught over Carson's death and agrees to help by stealing information from one of Waltrip's computers, which eventually leads to a raid and the arrest of many members of the biker gang. Waltrip demands that his dirty cops arrest Dwight, but that doesn't go over well.
Get in your car, put it in gear, and drive the fuck away.
With a war now brewing, Dwight and Mitch pull together a team of ex-cons to help fight the bikers, and they have a little firearm training along the way.
What the fuck are you doing?
I got my own
Didn't you hear what Mitch said to you? You got your own style? You know what your style?
Chicky then reveals his plan to kill Dwight, and he gives Dwight a call setting this trap.
I'm coming to visit. Me, Vince Goody. We have dinner. We break bread.
Meanwhile, Stacy and Dwight are arguing outside of his hotel when they are attacked by Waltrip. Gunfire is exchanged, and Stacy is shot.
Fuck.
We then see Chicky and Vince, accompanied by Dwight's old friend Goody, arrive in Tulsa. Dwight, accompanied by Armand and Tyson, meet with them and ask them to return to New York. Except for Goody, who Dwight asks to stay and be a part of his crew, an offer that Goody accepts.
You really want to keep working for this asshole?
They then prepare for their all-out war with Waltrip and his gang at the bar. The two gangs go head-to-head, bullets are flying, and Dwight and Waltrip finally trade blows. Dwight gets the upper hand and kills Waltrip. The war is now over and 3 months have passed. Tina visits town and allows Dwight to meet his grandchildren.
Grandpa, come white him!
You guys got this. You're doing great.
Oh, come on, Dad.
But meanwhile, Stacy, who has recovered from her gunshot, is offered her job back despite hiding her involvement with Dwight. But in order to get her job, she must flip on Dwight. Dwight is then once again taken into custody in front of his daughter. And that was a total recap of Tulsa King Season 1. I've been your host, Colton Ogburn, and I'll see you on the next Total Recap.
What about the guy you lobotomized? Did he get a refund? I have to hand it to you. It's the best mindfuck yet.